Jennifer, so why is residency and citizenship planning popular, important for clients from China?
Nowadays, I think obtaining alternative options of residency and citizenship in, I think, any countries is very important because we're talking about global mobilities nowadays and global citizens. And for Chinese to be able to be a part of the global citizens and a global mobility is very important. That affecting their wealth management, affecting their asset allocation, they're affecting the education, and also affecting their offshore investments. And to be able for them to obtain a residency or citizenship elsewhere, they give them more opportunities to do a lot of different things.
And which countries have been some of the most popular destinations for Chinese individuals?
If you're talking about the traditional options, which is we see in the past 5-10 years, you see a lot of people moving to Canada, US, Australia. Those are the top countries that offer this, we call the residency to citizenship programs, because that allows them to enjoy the nice clean air, good education for the children, also the ability to move around, to be living elsewhere, have a quality of life. But for the current couple of years, what we see is a lot of Chinese are doing it for their kids. Of course, education is always the case.
Are any new jurisdictions emerging as getting more interest from Chinese?
We see a lot of Asians, high net worth individuals, or ultra high net worth individuals, start looking for the Caribbean options, for example, or maybe the EU options, because that gives them more than just the traditional residency programs. In the past, education, and maybe the whole family will move to the country and live and reside there. Now there's a lot of people who not just wanted to move there, or maybe they don't even want to move there. They just wanted to have second options for their future wealth planning, succession planning, even the asset allocation in the global world. And that options, like Caribbean options, the EU options, like Malta, would give them a much better opportunities.
Given that a lot of wealth in China is relatively new, does this present any challenges in terms of this type of residency and citizenship planning?
Really depends, right? Because China, like a lot of countries that recognize single citizenship, so I probably would think that might be a challenge. But of course, then if you look at the programs, for example, Portugal, Spain, and Greece, and others, which is the investment on the properties, that might be a different stories for them. If you're talking about the due diligence, of course, nowadays we know this is very important. I think to any one of us, like our firm or the wealth management industry, like the banks and asset management companies, those are very important. Which is, I think, as a firm, we have due diligence policies, and of course then, and I have not seen too much of challenges on that side though.
And Jennifer, what are some of the common questions that you get asked from your Chinese clients when they're choosing between different jurisdictions?
A lot of Asian clients, just like Chinese, right? They're looking for a jurisdiction that can protect their wealth, okay? And that's what I'm saying about the succession planning. Would that or my wealth be able to transfer to my next generation and my grandkids and all that? So that's very important. And also the stability of the policies, the stability of the program, the security, if the country is very safe to live, to domicile, to reside, and the welfare system, the social system. Those are the things that they usually would be really concerned about. And of course the visa-free assets, like does the country offers you a good visa-free travel documents? Those are also the options they will ask. And of course then we look into nowadays with a lot of people about like US have FATCA and other countries are imposing different tax system. Those are also the reason they may consider as well. We see people who ask this kind of things because I think this is happening every day of life, and then like the In fact, it's now signing a lot of treaties with a lot of different countries. We do have such inquiry, but it's not, it's not quite like a lot that we hear this kind of questions. It's more also, we actually quite see a lot of questions about educations, where the best university they can go to, can the kids like stay there and then work after they get the graduate from the university. Those are also the common questions we hear though.
So what role generally does Henley and Partners play in terms of the citizenship and residency planning process?
Our company, we're offering all these options. I think we're in a very good position because we add value to all these platforms. Because when you look at China, now they trust family offices, insurance. Those are the options, and then they're doing, really well in China because every Chinese, wealthy Chinese, high net worth individuals, ultra high net worth individuals, they are looking at setting up trusts, and they are looking at having a family office to serve them. To add on this, getting an alternative and options of residency and citizenship is actually quite important to this platform.